That gold chain on that black right there. That's a
And
pretty.
we are live with another episode of the Comedians of Entre Nos live.
Right.
Sorry, we've been having a little technical difficulty. We got people already like I'm missing something because I can't see or hear anything. No, we are here. We're gonna get into the technical difficulty because Orlando did not have technical difficulty.
I didn't.
I did not have technical
I use
difficulty.
I use Ethernet for everybody out there doing Zoom calls. I plug in. I'm old school. I hardwire. I
There you
hardwire to
go.
my computer.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm part of the HBO Max family, so I'm on that AT&T that fiber. That's what I'm on.
I don't know what
Uh,
that means.
you don't know the fiber, dude?
I
That's where they
don't.
got it's like a glass. It's not even a real wire. It's glass to
Here's the thing.
bring it.
Here's
Go ahead.
here's the thing, and people find it like interesting about me, and I don't talk about it. Well, I used to work for CBS News,
Uh
and
huh.
I drove and set up the satellite
Uh huh.
truck for them. So technically, I'm a satellite engineer, microwave engineer, and I did all that. I covered Super Bowls. I was the backup to the Super Bowl. So if the main truck went down for the Super Bowl broadcast, I was the backup to that truck. So
Uh
I'm
huh.
tuned in, Galaxy 16, tuned into the bird up in the sky and whatnot. The minute that I clocked out of that job the last time, I stopped keeping up with stuff.
Oh.
I just stopped. Like I'm
Wait, what do you
not
mean?
dumb
What
dumb.
do you mean? What do you mean you were the backup? Like you were the backup in the sense of you could help them fix the thing, or they
No,
just
if
turned to
that
you and you would
no,
just give an
yeah,
account like, listen, it's
the
crazy.
the loop is going through my truck. So there's a main truck that's the one
Uh-huh.
that's sending up the broadcast up to the bird, and then I was the second truck sending the loop to the bird.
Uh-huh.
So if the main truck went down, then everything would go through my little truck. So it would be like this big massive tractor trailer truck of
Uh-huh.
equipment, and then it would be this nice little
By
sat
the way, I
truck.
love I love how you're making it sound almost like armed forces. Like I'm the loop to the bird in the sky.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. So,
you're making it sound
but again,
crazy.
going in with your little comment about fiber and AT&T, like I legit, the minute I clocked out, I stopped messing with stuff. Like, hey, Orlando, you know how to edit? I used to cut news packages I would nah, dog,
Uh-huh.
nah.
No,
Hey, Orlando,
dude,
you think you
I'm sure it was a lie, but it was a good lie that got me to spend a little bit more money on the internet. This is what the dude did. He's setting it up in the office, and I said, "Hey man, can you bring it around the corner?" And he goes, we can't because the wire is a special kind. It'll snap." So he had to like curve it,
mm-hmm.
like he'll loop it. And he goes, and then we can bring it in. And I said, "Oh, okay, man." He could have lied to me, like, "Man, this is platinum. It's another $500." Sure, man. Whatever you need. It's the
Yeah.
best internet. Okay.
Yeah, usually that's pretty weird because fiber cable is very flexible.
No, it's the glass. He was telling me there's
Yeah,
glass in the cable. I don't know what
yeah,
that means.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Maybe my internet's so pure it gets
Like I said,
filtered
man,
through
I
the.
tapped out. I tapped out. I stopped keeping up with it. I have regular thing. I tell everybody if you're gonna do one of these interviews and whatnot, get
Uh-huh.
yourself a shoebox. Put the computer on the shoebox. Don't try to do it from your phone. And also hook up the Ethernet. People found out about old school Ethernet. And they go,
Okay.
Orlando, but my computer's too new. It doesn't have
Uh-huh.
an Ethernet connection. Like my wife. I go to
Uh-huh.
Amazon and buy the adapter. And
Yep.
then
There you
there
go.
you go. There you
There
go,
you
bro.
go.
And then you could be
Dude,
clear. I keep
I'm
it. I
ex-
keep it a little bit downgrade, so you don't see all the man. This chain be popping
Look,
on this
look at that.
black. Yo,
I think I think Cliff talking about my internet with the glass wire. It's pure internet. It's pure, baby. It's like that Narcos. It
yeah.
this internet is good. I don't. By the way, I know nothing about drugs. I know that's all they do in the movies. Just, I have no idea.
You know,
It's
if
like
that
that.
was
It's like that.
that
It's like that
that
old movie with Eddie Murphy. Do you
yeah
remember that where he was pretending to be a cop and he
yeah.
puts the blade into the cocaine and he's like, "What if that was poison? You would have died." And he goes, "Oh, you don't do that." He goes, "No, cops don't do that."
That's what I was just thinking about. That I would. Oh, you're a gangster, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm a gangster, and like rub it on my gums, and
Yeah,
it's like, what are you
yeah.
doing right now?
Edwin Licona, producer of the Entre Nos series and the Half Hours in the House. Dude, look at this one. My internet's so pure it spits holy water on me. Look at that. But we got a great show today. I'm excited. The first guest we got coming on, and we've got a special guest coming on in the second half of the show who we're going to give a shout out to. But before we get to her, these guys are a podcast or live stream now, and they've grown into their own separate live cast, and we'll get into all of that. The hosts of the American Wannabes podcast, give it up for.
Whoa. We are.
Hold on. They're doing it together.
It's a threesome.
They're doing it together. Hold on, because I got to give you guys proper intros because I thought you guys were gonna be separate. But we'll start with Jesus Sepulveda, who's part of the HBO's Entre Nos, streaming now on HBO Max. Also, he just dropped a special on YouTube.
Yeah, my YouTube, check it out. What's the name? Down for whatever. It's on. Just look me up on my Instagram. Jesus the Comedian, and in my YouTube, Jesus.
All right.
Comedian.
All right, and in the middle there, we've got Imagen Award nominee.
Big guns.
Streaming now on HBO Max.
Big guns.
And last but not least, one of the hosts of American Wannabes, Christian Zaragoza. Everybody, let's hear for them. Now I gotta ask you guys.
Together, he's one to keep it together for us. He's the glue.
Has Jerry changed since this nomination?
Are you serious? He brings it up every day. Yeah, he made me change my context to nominee of Imagen Award nominee Jerry G from HP. Mr. Imagen. Mr. Imagen. That's right.
Man, so how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing, man? How you guys holding up?
Hey, man, we out here, man. We're
As you can see, we're together.
We're trying to social distancing, but it's not gonna happen. It's hard to keep that going with us. We thugs. We out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
These guys live together, so they're around each other.
Christian, pause. Why are you sharing people's business? Relax.
Yeah.
Weird.
These are one-bedroom apartments. Yeah. Sometimes, occasionally, he yells, "Hey, fool, can you get my back?" when he's in the shower. We're boys, you know. Sometimes.
Make sure you pause 10 minutes before you arrive.
Hilarious. Now I gotta ask, man, how did you guys start the American Wannabes? Because I'm assuming y'all met on the comedy circuit.
Yeah. We've been friends for a long time, man. And I got given an opportunity through a production company. They wanted to work with us, and they reached out to me. They want to reach out and they want to just do a project, either a web series, something. We all wanted to do a podcast together, so I pitched a podcast idea to them, brought Jesus and Christian in it, and the rest is history, man. It's been growing hard. People are supporting it like crazy, and it's one of the top Latino podcasts right now in LA within Wilshire and Figueroa.
In a little block.
We rule a 3-mile radius of LA, dog. No one's bigger than us in that 2.5-mile radius.
You're selling out that block. That's
right. That block is
number one podcast in Huntington Park.
Yes.
We're also the only podcast in Huntington Park for right still. Number one.
Yeah.
What's the podcast about, guys? What's going on?
You're experiencing the podcast right now, Lando.
What type of stuff are you guys touching on?
It's basically
we touch a lot of ourselves, and we touch ourselves a lot. No, we just touch on everyday stuff, our struggles. We all come from different little backgrounds. We got a little different life. We got a very happily married man, a very happily divorced man, and a wild card. I'm the wild card. I say wild shit. These guys try to calm me down. I'm the young one of the group, the TikToker, all that shit. These guys, the ones that calm me down, bring me back to Jerry tells me, hey, make sure you buy condoms. It's not worth it. Christian tells me, it's a lovely thing to have kids. You might want to think it's
in a nutshell, it's these guys say stuff, and I tell them why they can't say that and why they shouldn't say that. And it's just our argument of why they shouldn't be able to say the things that they still say.
That's right.
So Christian is the voice of reason, trying to get you guys not canceled.
I try, and even I'm not that much of the voice of reason, but I try.
Yes. He has a wife that gives him a voice of reason.
Yeah. Every week she's like, you guys can't say that, so the next week.
He has a wife that filters him, so it just trickles down, bro.
Trickles
down. He brings that energy over here to this house. So that's what happens. You know all about that, guys, right? You know all about that. Come on.
Man, what? Hold on. I don't know. I got to filter.
Don't start, Eric. Do not
I
start.
think the fifth.
I'm pretty sure she picked out that shirt today. Don't start, Eric. Don't make us get on you.
She picked out this entire room. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You think I decorated this?
Yeah.
Look at Orlando.
He's got pictures.
Every time
This is how you know.
Every time
Orlando's married, there's pictures and they're framed.
A different part of the house. Like they kick you out of different rooms. Like now you're gonna be in the living room today. Leave me alone.
That's exactly why I got to come over here.
There you go.
Not allowed at the house.
So now, during this quarantine, because I've been watching you guys have all started your own separate podcast.
Yes,
sir.
Now, how did that? Like, what happened there? Like, were you guys getting tired of the American Wannabes, or were you like, you know what? We got
extended universe.
Yeah, we figured if the Avengers could do it, we can do it. That's right. All right. There's an Iron Man. There's a Captain America. They all do their own thing. They come back and they save the world. That's how we see it, Doc.
That's right.
Oh wow. Oh, that's what it is. I thought it was because you got nominated for an Imagen Award.
Yeah, ever since that happened, he's been acting different. He's been talking different, talking about, you know what, we need to do our own thing. I'm like, how is that gonna work? Trust me, it is, fool. Trust me, dog. If we do our own thing, it's gonna be better for everybody, fool. Trust me. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work, Jerry, but okay, we're just gonna.
Is he using words like cross-pollinate? We can cross-pollinate our fans.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I've seen this story already. I've seen it.
Yeah, you guys know you're in trouble when he starts trying to put his name on it. Hey, why don't we call it Jerry Garcia and the American Wannabes?
Holy shit! Have you been listening to our podcast? That's exactly
it's Jerry Garcia and the Wannabes.
The Wannabes.
That's
Yes.
I bring that up every episode. Every episode.
That's one of our hashtags, actually. Jerry Garcia and the Wannabes.
He wants to start the podcast with the intro, him 20 minutes, and he'll bring us in. We're like, I don't know how that's gonna. Okay.
That's the Jackson 5 syndrome. Once you guys are doing backup vocals and just doing a lot of this and not doing the front mic, you know you're in trouble. He's about to split.
The Temptations. Oh my God.
Yeah. Star loves the Temptations.
So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your separate podcast? We'll start with Jesus. What's your podcast about? Because I've caught clips that you've thrown up where you're telling us childhood stories.
Well, I that's one thing that I was one of my strong points when we were in the podcast. I tell a lot of stories. I'm very detailed with my stories. I've always been a storyteller, and so I just decided to run with that when we started doing our own podcast. And I said, you know what? Let me just record and talk about my life stories and childhood stories, and people related. I was getting good feedback, and I said, let me just go with this. And I called it Time Flies because, when I used to, have the 9 to 5 and I would hear podcasts, I loved it when I heard one that made my time fly work, and you just were, before you know, you're like, well, it's over, man. That was crazy. I wanted to hear more. And that's kind of the idea that I wanted with the name, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just giving you certain life stories and experiences that I've had, and just try to entertain. That's it, pretty much. Yeah. Try to keep it as real as possible.
I didn't subscribe.
I know. No. I'm waiting for this to subscribe.
No, you're not gonna get it. I'm not.
Why not, Orlando? Why not?
I'm not. I'm not.
You see, that's life control. You say, don't you subscribe? He's dirty. Don't you subscribe? You're like, oh, okay.
Orlando likes to take his time. He doesn't like time to fly like that.
I don't like time to fly. I don't like the time. You know what it is, yo? I don't want the same thing that happened to Wu-Tang to happen to.
I love Orlando, man. He got cat vibes. You know what I mean? He just chill. You don't.
What is that, Perry?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not needy. He's like, yo, I like it when I want to like it. How about that?
Fancy water.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what about you, Jerry? What's your podcast about?
Yeah, I just want to give you a little insight of my life, everyday struggles, raising these damn kids every day, and the stresses, the ups and downs, and just the reality of what we do, because we don't get enough time during the podcast to talk about ourselves, our own personal life. We just want to bring in more people. They just want a little bit more info, more detail content of what we do, and I think it's good. It's a good time for me. I actually get to bring on my kids on the show, which is pretty dope. Keep the F words to a minimum, to 0 when they're on the show. And to be honest with you, I wanted originally my podcast to be more family oriented, where anyone can hear it at any time. But it hasn't been working out that way so much. But
it works out that way.
Well, when the kids come on, I don't say bad words. But when I'm by myself, because they're not always on, I do let a few.
The adult portion of the show.
I do let a few fly by. But the point is that we want to give a little bit more of a family content where more people, teenagers can listen. 10-year-olds can listen and have a little laugh and stuff with what's going on.
Yeah, you still get a little ignorant.
Yeah.
Again, I don't subscribe to that podcast.
I knew it. And you know what, Orlando? Me too.
Yours I detest even more because it's like you and Erik are over here using your kids as pawns. You're not gonna manipulate my emotions with these beautiful little brown babies, dog. I refuse to be manipulated by you guys.
They work for cheap, dog. They work for Wi-Fi.
I say I tuned into these people's to Erik and to you, and I was like, look at them using their kids. I know
why you lumping me in with Jerry. Every weekend's my weekend,
bro. You got a video. You got a video that hit like 1 million views with that WAP. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With the WAP, you're listening to. First of all, you're a man. Why are you listening to WAP? I don't get it.
Have you seen a video?
It's a catchy song.
No. I will not be. I will not give them the ratings.
I'm in search of WAP. If you know anyone, let me know.
Yo,
man. Thank you, Chrissy.
Orlando just.
You see what I'm talking about? The voice of reason right here?
Orlando got freaking a cancel vibes right now. I'm
about that life right now, dude. I got too much time on my hands. Too much time on that hand. Hey, that Barney, kind of weird, bro.
You got the Yelp review vibes right now.
Orlando, give me that 1 star the other day. I know it was it.
Hey, they're not supposed to let you know who does that.
What about you, Christian? What's your podcast about?
Mine is called Cooler Than I Look. I wanted to do something a little different because I listen to podcasts a lot. So I wanted to make mine more like an audio vlog. So I record at different times of the week. I'll record myself coming home from work, and I just vent because I'm an essential worker. So it's a lot of bullshit right now. So I'll just get off work, mad, angry. I do like 10 minutes. Then I go home the next day, talk to my wife for about 15 minutes. Then I do an interview at the last part of the podcast, and it's just every week's kind of a little different, but the same, that format. And my wife's basically been taking over the podcast.
Right, so I subscribe to yours, Christian. I got yours. I gave it 5 stars.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Claudia said that I'm a feminist. I like that. I am a feminist. I like women.
Yes.
It's not my weekend podcast. Best podcast out there. I just love that Christian is just doing what all married men do, is talking himself off a ledge in the car, and he just decided I'm gonna bring a microphone in here.
That's
so
all
he's doing.
I call it carbons. Yes. Carbons. And also, like, the only place I can do the podcast by myself is in the car. So I just, on my way home, I get my part done, and then I'm good.
And it's fantastic because you got great acoustic. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, you have been listening.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. And listen, bud, take a break during the middle and just insert a little CarMax commercial, bro. Or Carfax. Just do it randomly. Just make your own commercial, bro. You know, they'll come calling eventually.
Yeah, force the advertising.
Force. No, you got to ask for consent. Always ask for consent. All right.
I feel like all the podcasts start the same way. I wish my boss would say that to my face. It's just him saying the stuff he wishes he would have said. I should have slapped him. That's what I should have done.
As he's going into work.
Yeah. Except that I am the boss, so I'm talking shit about all the workers.
Okay.
So it's a little
so tell us, Jesus, let's talk about this special, man. You just dropped it during quarantine. Where did you film it, and when did you film it?
Yeah, everybody was asking me like, "Oh, they're opening clubs again," and I'm like, "Oh no, this is like a footage that we did for Jerry had a show in Phoenix, and this guy wanted to record us. Yeah, they got a bunch of red cameras, and we just shot it. They shot all of us.
We actually have all 3 of ours.
We have all 3 of us. You know what I mean? But it's been sitting in it. It's been sitting
for
a couple of years now. Just been sitting there, and I was like, you know what? During the quarantine, I was like, maybe I could do some, you know. And then, you know, my boo thing, she's the one that told me like, hey, you know what you can do? You can chop it up here. And she, you know how women are. They're the ones that mold you. We're over here like, nah, forget that. She's like, no, trust me.
This is good material.
And then boom, and she helped me cut it, put it all together, and then shout outs to her, man. She made it happen. And then we threw it up, and I'm like, see what happens.
Yeah, and it's following that. It's perfectly because it's following that new wave of, hey, listen, like let's just do it like this. I'll just put my own special out, and I'll make that money in the back end, getting booked at shows and building up my fan base and everything. So then you have the leverage to get the Netflix involved and let them cut that big check.
Exactly. I'm trying to show people, hey, this is what I could do. It's like, I can bring this type of material or like stronger stuff, and like just showing them what I do, and just have even the people that hear it on a podcast, they want to see stuff. Everybody wants to be entertained right now, especially with everything that's going on. And that's just like, I think it's the perfect time right now to drop something to keep people, watching. And I'm getting great reviews, honestly. And even the comics, like reposting and showing me love. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. Like, yeah,
that's awesome, man. Because it's like I saw you did it. Hannibal Buress did it with Miami Nights, which is a fantastic. If you haven't seen that special, wow, it is so good, dude. And a few other people. Joe Liz, you're in New York.
He dropped it, and then Comedy Central picked it up.
There you go.
Yeah. Mark Norman dropped it.
Yeah.
We've been trying to, we meet and we talk about different ways to put out more content. People want content right now. Everybody's at home, so we're just trying to figure out ways to put out more stuff. So we thought of, we each do our own podcast. We already got a little following with American Wannabes, so people always want more. So we all do our individuals. He put out that. We're trying to do little videos and just trying to come up with different ways to just stay relevant and keep pushing stuff out just as much. Something will hit.
Yeah. Well, following two blueprints that are out there. One is like Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
The hustle has always been, and Andrew Schultz, basically, I used to work for in music. I used to do radio promotions back in the day. So since he's a younger guy, he just basically followed the recipe of Lil Wayne, where Lil Wayne just kept on putting out mixtape and mixtape and mixtape and mixtape. Andrew Schultz did the same thing. And eventually that one thing hits, people view that and then click and look at the catalog that you have. And next thing you know, now videos that only had 200 views now get to have the 200,000 views and everything. And shout out to a real good friend of mine also, Tony Baker, which he's been doing those voiceover things for years, man. And then look at him now, 1 million followers, certified, and being able to make a living and keep a roof over his head off of his talent, pure talent. So you guys are following in the same footsteps, and I'm proud of all of you. I don't know why I got so positive there. I try to be a hater in the beginning.
By the way, I hate stepping on Orlando because he just gave us such a motivational speech. But this is how anti-social media Orlando is. He said certified, not verified, not to let it go. I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, he's certified.
yeah. Well,
it sounds better.
I only eat certified, ground, beef.
Not verified organic, it's certified organic.
I don't eat verified organic.
I like this positive energy from Orlando, because right now he's looking like my high school bully. He's making me nervous.
You see with the thin ass little gold chain.
The snapback, the old school watch. I see.
I'm a little bit on the edge. I saw that movie. I bought it. I bought The Tax Collector. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit, like, hey, what? I want to. Yeah. That boy Shia LaBeouf put in work.
I think I owe you some money.
No, right? I feel like I owe you money.
No. But you know the Venmo.
Yeah. Jerry, let's talk to you a little bit about the Imagen Awards coming up, man. How are you feeling as we lead up to it? Have you looked at the competition? Are you sussing everybody out to see who? You start looking around like, yo, I got this person.
Oh, he definitely has.
Of course I have.
Who are the other nominees? Because I just saw your name and I stopped reading.
That's a good question, Jerry.
Eugenio Derbez. The guy, the cook, what's the chef?
Who's that?
Who's that? Who's with him? Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay.
That's my dude, though. Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay taught me how to make fluffy eggs, bro.
Oh, well, see, I'm telling you, man. Hey, man, I'm a gambling man, dog. The odds are against me, but I put my money on me.
Real quick, Gordon Ramsay, what kind of Latino is he?
Right? He goes to Latin countries, that's why.
That's a good question.
Because he goes to Latin countries and highlights Latino culture. So
because he ate a taco? That's yes. Oh, let's give him an imagen.
You know how they do it.
He ate tacos around the world, though. Latino taco.
And loopholes, I tell you.
You know how they do it.
But yeah, I'm around a lot of good people and stuff, and like I said, I'm a long shot, bro. But it's gonna be that sweeter when I win this thing, baby. I'm gonna win this thing. I already put money on it, dog. So I hope. I hope
he puts money on everything.
Look at Orlando. He has this guy has no
chance. Yeah. He's got that evil smile, like
no. I'm with you. I got it. I got a crucifix. I prayed for you, brother. And I'm like, yo, give it to Jerry, because I want to be able. It's not even about you. It's about me being able to be like, yo, I know an Imagen Award winner, bro.
Right, dog. Yeah.
I worked with an Imagen Award winner.
I worked. Look at that. Christian is already ready. He changed it on his Facebook.
Man, I got you.
That was pretty exciting, though, man. Just exciting how they say, I'm just happy to be nominated. And, that's how it feels, dog. It's cool, dude. And then we'll see what happens, dog. It's it's fun, dog.
Yo, but that Gordon Ramsay suspect, that dude's British, yo.
Yeah, he's British. Yeah, see, look, Alfredo Velasco says the underdog always wins. And those make the best movies, man. How many times have you seen the underdog movie? Like, right. they're not going to win, and then they win.
Call me Rudy, fool.
Yeah. Call me Rudy.
So now, are they doing the award? They're doing the awards virtually. Are the three of you going together like this?
Hey, man,
you already said I'm a part
of the team. I'm part of the squad. I'm the squad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm entourage.
We're going to walk into like NWA, dog.
Hey, man. Hey, baby.
He hasn't even mentioned it.
I'm going to walk in with a shirt at Jesus, the comedian on Instagram. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We it's a squad.
But where is it? How's it going to be held? Virtually
right now. From what I hear, it's just going to be a virtual thing, dog. So I'm not really sure.
Oh, we'll be there then.
What's going down. Be there. Yeah. It's going to be September 24th. I was supposed to be in Phoenix and Tempe Improv that night, so we'll see what happens, dog. I don't know. I'm just hopefully they just give me I just want that phone call of me winning, dog, and that trophy, dog. That's all.
There you go.
So here's the question. Let's say everything does open up. They give you the weekend at the Tempe Improv, or you got to go to the Imagen Awards. What are you doing? Let's see what kind of comedian you are.
2020 has been rough, bro. I need that money, bro. I'm taking the weekend, dog. I'm taking the weekend with the ticket sales. I'm gonna raise my commission, fool. Come on, dog. That's for a nicer hotel room.
That's right. That's right.
I know. He's gonna be going on the road. He's gonna put it on the desk, like, can I get an upgrade?
Yes, sir. I'm flying to Phoenix, not driving this time. All right, I'm putting my foot down.
So I know before the lockdown, the American Wannabes, you guys started touring the podcast, because I think we did Phoenix together, and you guys were talking about how you guys just started going on the road with the podcast, and you could see the followers coming out. Is that the plan once everything reopens back up?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
We have a show next month that these guys think is still happening.
That's what I'm saying. It's happening. It's happening. That's a Tempe. That's a Tempe. They're supposed to come out with me. Tempe, Arizona.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now, do you guys do the podcast live on stage?
No, we just stand up.
It's just the listeners that hear the podcast, they know, like, when we're on their city, it's just the comedy show. It's like we're doing stand up and stuff, so they know what it is. They every once in a while we'll do a live.
We have done live shows, but we'll promote them as live shows. But when we go tour, like out of town, we do comedy shows, and then the ones that we do around LA or locally, we'll do like live podcasts to celebrate like the 100th episode. 200th episode, we'll do like a just special
with the
like
festival, with the Hot Festival.
Hot Festival, we'll just special like events like that.
That's awesome. Okay. I could see Edwin Licona, which is one of the producers of Entre Nos. He's also a grown man on TikTok. He was saying that you should accept the award on FaceTime.
So is Jerry.
Doesn't he have the record for being the oldest man on TikTok?
No, he's close by. He's a close second.
I see, man, Edward. I'm just like, yo, he's buying shoes every day. I'm like, bro, Stop. Stop. You grown. You're fresher than me. It's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be fresher than me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what's in the works for you guys? I know, Jesus, you just dropped a special. Are you going to be doing another special, or is that what you're looking for after this?
I mean, yeah, like stuck in this quarantine, I've been writing, so I've been preparing. Like this is all planned out. Like I'm dropping this to get some attention, but I already have some stuff ready to go. Like when all this happens, obviously it's not worked out. I don't know. I'm not saying that's gonna be 100% golden, but it's ready to be. Once I'm out there, once the stage is ready for me, I'm just gonna be like, yo,
it's ready.
Just everything I have written down. I have a process of how I'm gonna come about it because we kind of know what we sound like on stage. We kind of know what the material is gonna be like. So I have like a kind of like a game plan of how to come about it when I get the opportunity to perform in front of people again. I'm still nervous to perform with people though. I don't know. I don't. I'm not, dude. I'm not forcing it. I want to wait till everything is safe. I'm not going to be too aggressive about it.
I'm with you, man. Orlando just did a show last weekend. It was an outdoor show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And they had called me to do that show too. And I was like, let me see what happens with Orlando first.
Right. How you feeling, Orlando?
Yeah,
I feel great, man. Cause I'm real good at telling people how I feel. So it's like, just keep your distance, bro. Keep your distance. Yeah. We're good. Yeah, and my mask didn't come off till I got on stage, and then there was enough of a distance, but it was fine. It was clunky in the beginning, but then it shook a little bit of that rust off, and I was up to the races, man. We're good.
That is Orlando. Orlando will tell you what he feels right there and then. If you get too close, I remember one time I got off stage and started talking like, "Hey, breathe, and then talk to me again." And I'm just like, okay, damn, just straight up, put me in my place like that. That's Orlando.
No, I was just hoping you not to pass out. He was too hyped.
Yeah. Dude, I booked him on my show at the Laugh Factory. He was feeling a little under the weather. He come up on stage. I'm so excited to have Orlando on my show. I went to hug him. He said, what are you doing? Right there. He stopped me.
He'll hit you with the
And I was like, oh, okay, I thought we were close.
Pre-pandemic.
That was pre-pandemic. He said, no, stop right there. I said, oh,
man,
okay.
I tell everybody, when people ask me, man, there's certain things of this pandemic that are fantastic, dude. The whole not having...
Man, I tell you, cat vibes, man. Look at that. Cat vibes, bro. I love it.
What I'm saying? Like right now, like, what I'm saying? I don't got to shake no one's hand. That's amazing, dude. And I don't even try, like, I still see people in the street trying to be awkward. Like, how do no, it's just no. It doesn't exist for now. It's off.
I could just see everybody, hectic and spacious and everybody's coming down all sad and Orlando just smiling behind the mask. It's like, this is great. I love it. Please, sir.
You're not the only one. We got an amen, no touchy in the chat. Christian, we're gonna jump to you before we get to Mr. Imagen there. But people are asking, man, when's the stand-up special dropping? What's happening?
I actually got one in the works. Same thing, YouTube for free. Probably dropping next week, actually.
Okay. So, do we got a title? Do we got a little tease?
I actually don't have a title yet.
Untitled.
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 Self-titled. Free YouTube special.
Call it YouTube special.
I'm probably going to call it Cooler Than I Look, same as the podcast, same thing as Jerry. Just run that name to the ground, and we'll see where we go from there. Name recognition.
Call it comedy special. That way you always come up in the searches.
Yeah.
I know a little bit, Erik. Because Erik tries to get me to be like in the social media world and everything, and like do that, walk in the morning and tell people about my day, and I'm walking here and I'm walking and I walked 6.6 miles today, and I wanted to run it, but my body wasn't feeling up to it. So but you know what? I'm gonna forgive myself. I'm gonna forgive myself. I'm gonna forgive myself. Because I dropped the ball, and sometimes you just gotta, if you drop the ball, just forgive yourself and pick it back up. Pick it back up.
Tell him Eric's a weirdo.
And then he's asking people. He's not even, you know, he doesn't even entertain people, bro. He's just asking people for their. He wants people.
Friends, right?
He wants people to like answer his questions. So, so how did you handle your first date? And now people gotta like chime in on how they handled their first date. That's none of your business, dog. Just get on there and entertain people, and just drop the ball and pick it back up the way you do.
Every time I want to do something like that with my phone and just express myself, I always hear my mom's voice when I was a kid. No seas metiche, no me importa tú. Yeah, cállate. When we're talking to Kai, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, no one cares. No one cares. That voice is in my head, and I'm over it. I don't want to do it no more.
I don't like how this quarantine has turned Orlando into a crotchety old man. He turned into Sanford and Son.
I am. I have turned just walk, bro. Just get your exercise, man.
The OG, he's an OG. Orlando, the OG, the bit OG, like shit.
No, but I do hear my mom, you know, I'll be like, oh, los muchachos hablan cuando la gallina mean. Like, I don't know what that means, but like
Orlando's OG. He's just like, yo, so y'all just gonna snitch on each other's life like that? Okay, that's what y'all doing.
Yeah. And I get paranoid for Erik, because I love him. He's my friend, dude. But then you could triangulate where he lives by his walking pattern, bro.
Oh,
you could see, because he's doing the videos, and you could see some house numbers, dog. Whoa, so if you're into that,
that's you. That's you. You're a crazy old person. Like, hold on, what is that Spanish style?
No. These are the reasons I do like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna get used, man. Be careful. You're gonna get used.
No, all my locations are off on social media. I never post. Man, I live in an amazing town, bro. My town is like Narnia. Rent is fantastic. Do I tell people where I live? Never in the history of neverness will I tell them where.
Question. Do you have when this meeting is over, are you gonna tape your camera again? Or are you taping everything that has a camera?
No, I got the little things from Vons. If you go to Vons, they give you.
Oh, you do have them. Look at
they have the little tape, right? They have these, and they have suction cups. So I just put it on the thing. Suction, homie.
I'm sorry, guys. You're a savage.
You don't know nothing.
I feel like one before he even talks to his wife, he pats her down and makes sure she doesn't have she's not wired. You want a wired girl?
Toxic code. Yeah. Is your phone out?
It's crazy. People are just telling all their business, dude. Like right now, there's some guy right now studying my frames and my TV location and what size that is. I just feel that. I just feel that creepiness creeping behind my neck.
I think you might need to take a walk like Erik does. You know, I think that might work for you.
I do take a walk, but it's by myself, yo.
One day, I'm telling you, one day.
Making the video? Have you tried it?
What?
It feels good. Have you ever tried it?
Do it.
Just try it.
No, I don't.
I thought it was because, you know, Erik, you know, living that good life. He got a good little neighborhood. He's
showing it
off. Oh, yeah, you know, my neighbors and all these white guys walking by. I'm like, damn, I didn't know Erik was making money like that. Okay. I need to start doing, I need to open up for him.
The other day, just randomly, he told people what town he lives in. I was like, whoa, what are you doing right now? Because we were
a big town. It's a big city.
No, but you're narrowing it down, homie. I throw people off all the time.
I'm telling you, I have expected to do this live stream one week in Orlando, just be in a bathrobe and a tank top. Just listen, let me tell you what's wrong with the government. What is happening?
Nothing wrong with the government. We just need to vote.
Jerry, last but not least, man, what's gonna happen with you, man? Once this is all over, I know you got. It's not my weekend. We're working on the next.
I feel like it's not my weekend special. It's still on HBO Max right now. You can check it out. It's #1 Latino comedy for a while on Entre Nos. It was trending and stuff, so it was good. This was back in 2019, dog, but I wanted to keep that wave going in 2020. That didn't happen, so instead we're doing other stuff, just echándole ganas a la podcast, writing, doing more stuff with my kids, just having fun, dude, and just maybe not having the long walks like you are, but trying to stay as productive as possible. And just trying to do what I can on Instagram and Facebook and all that shit. That's where we at, bro. That's where we at. Working from home, making the best of it.
I don't like that I'm giving. I
tell my kids how to ride a bike. You know, they're 13 and 12 years old, bro. 13 and 12, and I just got around to teaching them how to ride a bike. Well, I was like, come on, you losers.
I don't like that I'm trying to give Jerry some love, and he's attacking me. He's coming at me. I'm not trying to be like you, Erik, in the runs. Dude, what is going on? Orlando's turned everybody against me.
For real, dog. I didn't even mean to. I like you, dog.
Imagine when he's the winner of the American Award. Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't want to say this, but did you hear him like mid-speech how he gave himself the #1 title on some made-up chart he had? I was #1 on Latino comedy on where? Just out there. On Latino comedy charts? Where's that?
I was #1 Latino comedy from 5:47 p.m. to 6:13 p.m., bro. I was #1.
Yeah, was that billboards? Nah, man, nah. It was just Latino comedy. I was #1, baby. Okay.
I love it. But I'm excited, man. I can't.
A big movie comes out Friday. It's the #1 movie in America.
Mm-hmm.
The #1 special in America that weekend.
There you
go, #1.
Oh, that's what it was. Real quick, because we've got a special guest I want to bring in. We all know her because she is amazing. She has I know Orlando is anti-TikTok, anti-social media.
No, I'm anti-old grown man on TikTok.
Is that Edwin Licona who just chimed in and said Jesus was teaching us on how to ride his bike? Jerry, don't lie.
We're co-parenting, Edwin. Co-parenting. It's legal now.
But dude.
Okay, let's take a beat. Let's take a beat for a second, because I really want you to. This person that you're gonna introduce has taken so much time in covering all of our jokes. So give her the introduction that she deserves, Erik Rivera.
That's what I'm trying to do. But these three, and now you, Mr. Erik Rivera.
We're all gonna mute ourselves.
No, she's amazing. So Edwin Licona, I'm gonna tell the history. He got on TikTok and he found this.
Who got on TikTok? Who got on TikTok?
Edwin Licona, not me, not you, Edwin. And he started posting our clips from the Entre Nos, from the half hours, and she started taking our clips and reenacting them. And Edwin started sharing them like, yo, I don't know who this is, but they're killing it. Yeah. Killed it so much. I was like, yo, I hope I open for her one day. Like she did my bit, made it funnier than I did. I was like, hold up, what was happening here?
She's so good that I was like, when is she gonna do mine? Like I was a little bit like, because it took a while for me to get mine, but she finally did mine. All right, this is awesome. Before I used to hate. I was like, well, she only gotta do Erik and Jerry. Like, why? But now,
but she's a true comedy fan. She's done all of our bits. Now she's doing some classics.
We can't hear, so I don't know what you're doing.
Hold up. I was giving her a little music intro. Orlando, stop being an old man. Just enjoy the music. Bob your head. God. Dude. Big round of applause. Show lots of love to Sherry Navoy, everybody.
Yo, clap it up for Sherry, man. Thank you. Welcome, Sherry. Are you muted still?
You got to unmute yourself, Sherry.
See, that's why my husband has to be here, because I'm not very I'm technically challenged, actually. But yeah, thank you for the intro. That was very nice. A little montage.
That was fantastic.
No, thank you. Thank you. You have taken our jokes. You have made them amazing on TikTok. And we are beyond grateful.
Well, it's interesting because I look for content. I look for it's like comedians. So when you guys tell a joke, I find the ones that if I see a story, so almost like a little mini sitcom in my head, if I see it right away, I'm like, okay, I gotta grab that, and then I save it in my drafts, and then I just develop the characters as I'm going. Or sometimes, like with you, Orlando, when you talked about it, I thought like you were probably this really cool nude before, and then your wife that's grinding you down. You then became like the neighborhood watch guy, and you're checking on everybody. And you got your little dog and your little like baby Bjorn, and so I see them, and you guys and you Erik, with your mom, like you guys are so descriptive, and I find that even I think it's Julie Brilliant. I've done some of hers, like when people
Gina Brion.
Yeah, I've done a few of hers, and she's liked them. I just find it when you're really descriptive, I can see that image almost like it's like a sitcom in my head, and so I make a little 1 minute skit, and I bring the characters to life. So I'm so happy.
With Jerry, I really enjoyed the one you did with Jerry. You had the bottle, the beanie, like you go in. What got you into this? Like what made you get up one morning and be like, yo, I'm gonna start reenacting these amazing comedians?
Who was the first one you did?
So you know what? My husband actually introduced me before I even got on it. He was showing me, and he's like, "There's this thing called TikTok. It's like the social media thing." He's like, "You should get on it." And he showed me these people dancing, like all the TikToks dancing. I was like, "That ain't me. I'm not gonna dance." I actually tried one of these dances, and I like literally was in my living room for 2 hours. I could not get it, and so I was like, "I'm not doing this." So then I started watching, and I seen a voiceover of Kevin Hart, and I was like, So I started to kind of play with the idea of what if, when you talk about, and I went to my mom's house and she was making dinner, and I thought, what if I play it out in a way that it's like a movie, and then people can actually see because I think this is how I think. I think you as a comedian, when you experience that and you make it into a joke, whether it's like a hardship or it's something that was bad that happened, but you turn it into humor. I feel like I want to recreate that because I can actually see you living it. And so that's kind of how they come to life. And so, yeah, I started, and it's funny because Jerry's, when I did his, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like me and my husband almost, like with the video games. And I was like, not that he's ever said that to me, but I was like, that is something that somebody could say and get away with it if you were to actually see it, because it's pretty funny. Yeah,
you did a great job. I thought it was hilarious. You had me laughing. That's the one that people send me the most. Yours. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm happy because you know what? I've had I've done some other comedians where they've come on and they've seen it and they've liked it or whatever. But when you guys kind of reached out to me, and I thought, oh my gosh, like you guys really like it. You want me to come and talk about it. But that is how I see it. And what I find though, so my biggest thing is my whole life, I always wanted to be an actress, and I would just play out these things in my bedroom. And thought, okay, but people are like, oh, you're going to be like a serious actor. I'm like, no, my goal would be to be like on Saturday Night Live. Like the comedy, like slapstick, that kind of stuff I really like. And so when you guys tell your stories, it's just, they come really easy. There are some that I listen to and I'm like, oh, I really want to make this a story and it's really hard to. So when you guys are descriptive and you make like how your mom talks, right, with the accent, or, how, with you, Orlando, when you talk about like even just it's like there's pain in you when you're being funny, but there's a little bit of pain. Like
there is a lot of pain.
Yeah, that person
I gave up my freedom.
So I just feel like it's like I don't know. It becomes a movie, and it's almost like I watch them back sometimes. With my husband and I watch them, and I'm like, it's not like I'm watching myself because I'm still watching you guys. And if you read some of my comments, some people will say like, oh, you're so good. I'm like, but it's not really me. Like, I'm just telling this story that these comedians have told that is so funny because in my head, when it plays out, it's just as funny probably as the joke that you're telling. So, yeah. And I want people to know that, like, it's not just me. It's like I'm just adding a little color to it.
Yeah. I do want to ask you the question of when we all started doing stand-up, most of our relatives looked at us sideways, like, "What are you doing? Like, you're like, you have a 401k." Because I started doing stand up later on in life, and all of us, man, just go to school. Or Erik was supposed to be a preacher, and so now that you're doing these videos and they're getting traction, but before, when you first started, those first videos that coming up, what were your relatives and close friends saying to you? Were they being supportive, like, oh yeah, that's kind of cute, or are they like, yo, what are you doing?
They didn't get it. They didn't get it. And my husband, even now, like I just showed him a TikTok I just did because he was out of town, and I just did one for Roman Rivas, and I'm in this like superhero costume. He's like, you're just crazy. Like, how do you do this? And he loves it, and he shows my stuff off, but he's kind of like, yeah, it's not his thing. Like he thinks it's funny, but it's not his thing. My mom always,
but he's a good husband because he wants to make sure that you're. I know he's there, so I want to make sure he gets his props. He wants you to be happy.
Yeah, he wants you to be happy. Yeah, and he brought me my first ring light because he's like, if I got TikTok famous, he could say he gets half because he invested in me.
Yeah.
So there's that. But my mom told me really early on to get a real job because I always said I wanted to be an actor. And I was even collecting awards and everything. And she said, you know, go to school. So I became a social worker.
That's fantastic.
That's what I did for work. And so I actually moved out to Calgary, my girlfriend and I, and we lived in my car because it was just before 9/11 and they were doing lots of filming out there. So I was like, I'm going to move out there. She's going to be a singer. I'm going to be an actress, and we're just going to do this. And people thought we were crazy. And it didn't really go anywhere. So this comedy thing has been my outlet to kind of like sort of fire up that creativity again. So I'm excited about it.
Now, real quick, you said you're a social worker. Do people at your job find you and go, Sherry, real quick, what is this?
I'll tell you something. So I've been at my job for about 14 years. And actually my boss right now is probably on the live. And she follows me and she supports me and she's like, oh my gosh, like you're so funny, your TikToks are on point. And that's really nice when you have like support from people you work with. Some people don't really watch it because they don't get it. They're kind of like, I don't get it. Like you're doing other people's stuff, so they don't see it like maybe other people see it. But my boss is very supportive. Both of my bosses, they're always like, if ever they need a laugh in our office, sometimes you get a lot of heavy stuff, and I would sometimes go, you know what? I think it's TikTok time, and then I show them a TikTok, and then okay, or else they come out to my desk and be like, is it TikTok time? I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Show the followers, baby, they'll show up.
Show them the numbers, the views.
Show them the shares.
Yeah, but I really enjoy it. Just be careful. Like you already heard me talking. Just people triangulate where you're at. So be careful about your background, where you're at. Like Erik doesn't care. He just has all his business out there. But I do. I worry about you. I don't like the fact that James said that Clint is a great husband. We know that he's a great husband. You didn't need to say his name. Now we all know that your husband's name is Clint. You see what I mean? People just put you on blast on this internet.
Yeah. And you know, my boss just made a comment. She said that I bring humor to a workplace that's heart-wrenching. So thank you for that, Sherry.
There you go, Sherry. Now we know who you are also, Sherry.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is monumental because you were actually our first fan of the week. Like we started doing this thing every week where we would nominate somebody, and because your videos kept popping up, we were like, oh, she's gonna be our fan of the week, and now we have you on. Because you just kept churning out videos, and we were like, hold up, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, now, is there? Go ahead.
I said that, and I just seen a whole bunch more, so I've actually pulled a few that have just come out again. And actually, I don't know if you've seen my last one. I did a view with your mom with the Parkinson's one.
I saw that one.
Yeah. And there's a couple other ones. So I've gone back and the thing is, I've always been sort of like an accent. Like I love accents. And so when you guys talk, you have this flavor to you where that kind of makes the story a little bit better. And I think that's drawn me to you. My husband always makes fun of me because I'm drawn to more people that have accents and the way you tell story, even if it's just a little bit. Like Orlando, you have, I think, probably a thicker accent than Erik. However, when you talk about your mom and you do that, I love those accents. So those kind of like make me go, oh, it becomes more colorful.
Hold on, Jerry. She's married, so take it easy, buddy. So I know you talk about the description stuff. Is there what is there any other like guidelines that you follow when you're looking for clips that you want to recreate?
Yes, I try to do stuff that's clean, and that's another reason why I chose you guys too. Because as much as I like Kevin Hart and he's very animated, he drops a lot of F-bombs, and you guys are more clean, and my daughter, she's 5, and she knows, like, I have all these costumes and wigs and stuff, and so she knows mommy's doing TikTok, and then she wants to see it after. And it's really hard for me to show her one. Like, when you had that video of your son hearing the WAP song, and you were like, I'm like, that's kind of neat, because I actually did post one, and it had an F-bomb, and it actually put a warning on it. And my husband was like, what are you doing? And I thought, well, I'm never going to I won't show her that one. But I really have to be conscious of that, because I don't want her thinking, you know, like I'm just dropping, you know, all these.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna give you the parent hack on that, because I know you have a 5-year-old. My kid, he's 4. If you really watch closely, I've got my earbud in, so he heard none of the songs.
I'm like, that's exactly what I would do. I would have something on, and I would just be, and I wouldn't even know it was there.
So hold on, Sherry, because I think we have breaking news. So what you're saying, Erik, is that you were using your child as a prop?
No, hold on. No. The concept, look, I don't need you all ganging up on me. I don't know how this became a trial.
I'm Team Erik. I'm with you.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, you are with using your kids. Yeah, I get it.
I've had my daughter in a couple, and I'm very conscious of it, because, you know, she likes it. I just did one about some bug zapper. She wanted to be in it so bad. You know what? Most of my comments were about her. I'm like, okay, no more of you. You can't steal my thunder here, girl. I've waited too long. You're only 5. I'm like 44. I've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, not to mention Orlando. I now I'm going to defend my parenting style. My son has an agent, so I'm helping him build his resume if he wants to continue this acting career.
Like your stage mom, then. Yeah.
You are a stage mom.
Yeah, you're a stage mom.
You know what? I don't like the way this turned on me. Sherry, you're supposed to be. Well, listen, thank you so much for jumping on, Sherry. We're going to start wrapping up here. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, so I go under Sherry Navoy, and my sort of hashtag is Who's Hat Girl. And I bought the URL for it because I'm hoping to, like, you know, do something with that. But it's kind of a play on the words, because most of my stuff is, you know, me in hats. Like, if I'm playing a guy, I have those characters in hats, so that's kind of hashtag Who's Hat Girl. And hopefully you can blow the hashtag up. Come visit me.
Go follow her. She does so many funny videos, and I'm not just saying that because it's our jokes, and I'm honored by it. But thank you so much, Sherry. You're amazing, and wishing you the best. I can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Because she did do some of mine, I do co-sign for her 1,000%.
There you go.
1,000%.
All right, Sherry. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, Sherry. Bye.
All right, American Wannabes, tell us as we wrap up here, American Wannabes airs when? What days of the week?
We drop throughout the week, bro, but it's every week, no matter what. Sometime during the week, it's gonna drop, regardless.
Well, we just started a YouTube channel, so now we're posting our live episodes every week. Usually up on Wednesdays.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. Orlando, have you done American Wannabes yet?
No, I've never been invited to.
Okay, I got a weird invite. I'm not gonna lie to you. Jerry was like, "Hey man, you got to do a podcast." I was like, "I'd love to." I was like, "When do you guys tape?" He goes, "Either Tuesdays or Thursdays at like 11:35 p.m. Sometimes at 12:05 a.m." I was like, "What?"
That's actually the thing that we do record late. We record around 11, 10. You guys are welcome. Dude. We're always down with guests, folks. So honestly,
he started hitting me with weird times. And wouldn't give me a location, like they were squatting. No. Where though, Jerry? Oh man, listen, I can't. Listen, they triangulate. I can't just tell you.
Our schedules are very different, very, very different. I work all day, so I get off very late. This guy always has his kids, or he doesn't. I don't know. And this guy's always doing something. So we kind of try to just find time whenever we can, but we make sure that every week, no matter what, we don't miss a week. So we'll have an episode every week.
Yeah, we do it very random. The things that we do very randomly, it's hard. We rarely have guests at all because of that. But dude, we're dog. Come on, you guys are family, dog. You guys are family. We support each other, dog. And let's get in a thread, fool. Let's make this happen, fool. We really want to have you guys one at a time. And
Jerry is a professional. I'm blowing you off. He just hit us with all these compliments. You know, you family, brother. You like my brother. You're like my friend.
Come over right now, dog. Come over right now.
Jerry's
we don't want to come over. I'm not going to come over. You could just easily invest in this type of technology. I could just come over from my house. I can just dial in from my house and I'll be there.
That's what I'm saying.
So, honestly, it's been weird times too, obviously. So we've more reason not to have many guests. We only had we have 170 something episodes,
and we've only had like 3 guests.
Like three guests, dog. So don't even take it personal. We're trying to figure that out.
But it's mostly because of that. And they're like, oh yeah, come here. Oh, you know what? We dig it tomorrow at 9. They're like, hey, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Y'all keep doing your thing.
So, we don't even know if we're gonna make it half the time.
So guys, check it out every Wednesday. American Wannabes drops, and please promote your individual projects. Jesus, we'll start with you.
Okay, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I mostly just use Instagram. You know, it's at Jesus the Comedian on Instagram, and also my podcast, Time Flies Podcast. So this is Sepulveda, and also please check out that special. Like it, comment on it on YouTube. To look it up, it's called Down for Whatever. This is Sepulveda, and then you can follow me on YouTube on Jesus Sepulveda Comedian.
All right, shout out to Brazil who's watching right now live.
Oh, Brazil!
Watch that special.
I want to go to Brazil.
Jerry,
you got comedian Jerry G, comedian Jerry Garcia on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Watch me on HBO Max right now. It's Not My Weekend. It's airing. It's been nominated for an Imagen. I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if you guys knew this.
Yes,
but. Yeah. And follow me everywhere, dog. And YouTube, please. American Wannabes, Jerry Garcia, YouTube, please.
You can,
and it's Not My Weekend podcast, of course.
You can see me on Instagram at ChrisZPix, and Cooler Than I Look podcast on iTunes. Also, check us out on YouTube. Yeah, American Wannabes podcast.
Nice.
All right, thank you, fellas, so much for joining us. Stay safe out there, and yeah, I'm gonna wait for that invite, man. We'll see what happens.
Do they
let you out after 8 o'clock from your house?
No.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No. That's the problem.
No, for real. It's done. Just make it happen.
We can do an early one.
Take a COVID test, and you're welcome.
All right.
Give me that negative result, and you're welcome to come over.
You're not allowed to record outside the house. Yeah, I'm right here with these guys. They live right here in Huntington Park.
Trust me, you don't want to.
I'm gonna drop a penny on where I'm at. All right, yeah.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Fernando, peace out, man.
Later, brothers.
That was a fun one, man.
Oh, that was great. We
had
great.
The family on. We had Sherry, who was amazing.
Yeah. I'm so proud of her, man. Just someone that just took it and ran with it, man. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah. She started with just a Kevin Hart, and then went from there and just started doing the Entre Nos, the half hours. Because I remember they started popping up, and Edwin was excited. He's like, "Oh, dub! Somebody's dubbing our stuff." We got Brazil again. Obrigado. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man. So tell people where they could find you. Not physical location, but social media, because apparently you think it's a conspiracy.
No, before I even say that, I do want to say thank you to the American Wannabes. Please follow them. Check them out. If you don't know, just Google and look them up.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Jerry. He's part of the family. He has an Imagen nomination, Imagen Award nomination.
Yeah.
Yes, off of his special, Not My Weekend, Entre Nos, HBO Max. So congratulations to him. As for me, Hey Lando is where you can find me. Don't worry about finding me, though. I don't want to be found. But hashtag vote, register to vote, get your mail-in ballots early, do all that. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote, because it's one of our most fantastic rights that we have, being U.S. citizens.
Agreed. And I'm gonna add on to that. I don't know if you saw, I posted this article yesterday on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm actually part of the Spread the Vote cause. Myself, I was hired by Effie Brown and her production company, Gabrielle Sibade. She's directing a couple of these spots, and I encourage young people, please go work the voting polls. a lot of times the polls are worked by older people, but now because we're in this pandemic, they are more susceptible to getting sick. So let's keep the elderly safe. Go work the polls. Like Orlando said, this is a right we have. This is our voice. I don't care who you vote for, but go work the polls, and it helps communities if we go out and help and work the polls, because I don't want to just make it about Latinos, but there's a lot of Latinos who have trouble with the language, and if you're working as a Latino with the polls, you can help them. A lot of communities that are underrepresented or hurting for that, like if they don't work those polls, they shut down those polls, and then they have to go even further to go vote, which makes it even more difficult for people to get their vote out and to have their voices heard. So please, if you can, go. And I know a lot of people aren't working right now. These polling places, they do pay for your volunteer work. So don't think you're doing it for free. You do get paid, but that's another topic. But just go. Please help vote. Go vote. It is all right, and it's a beautiful right to have.
That's a beautiful right.
And with that, go follow
one
me
more thing. We got to celebrate, man, because the announcement got made. The show One Day at a Time officially got picked up by CBS, and they're going over to CBS now. One Day at a time.
And that's huge. We haven't had a Latino family show on CBS since I Love Lucy. That's 50 years ago.
Wow.
This is monumental. Go watch it. Go support.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Go follow me on Instagram, all social media at Erik Rivera Comedy. Go see my morning walks. Don't listen to Orlando. Don't hate. I'm
fantastic.
here to motivate
his morning
you.
walks are fantastic. Just don't answer his questions. Don't let him put you to work. Let him do the heavy lifting. Let him walk.
No, the questions are more to motivate people.
Yeah.
You know what? Thank you guys, everybody in the chat, for tuning in. Again, we try to get to everybody's comments, but as the conversation is going, it gets harder. But we see you. I try to post them up on the screen. We appreciate you guys joining us every Wednesday, and we'll be back again next Wednesday, same time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much.
Take care of each other.